I've been waiting for this one almost as much as I've been waiting for the heavy one, which we did last time, and the spy one. I'm looking forward to that one. But Miscellaneous Stereotypes, Episode 7, The Engineer by SoundSmith. I actually can't wait to see what miscellaneous he gets.
The Engineer is kind of an odd character. This super smart guy that has 11 PhDs and somehow can't make a sapper-proof sentry.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It happens.
Oh, and he's got cosmetics too.
What a banger intro. Very quick and to the point.
Whoa,
I feel like
hey,
a lot
look
hard
out, it's
hat
an old
ones.
school gamer coming through, and he's also probably the kind of guy who would point out that I already did this in hat stereotypes. And
amazing.
Yes, I know I already did this, but it's technically a misc, and I would probably get yelled at if I didn't include it too, so, you know, kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. So, I went with the option that extended the runtime of the video, so yeah. Like I said before, these guys are the kind of NGs who've been playing for a while, and they let that show in their gameplay. They pick the right spots, they manage their metal appropriately, and they can handle themselves in a fight pretty well. The only problem is, they think they're right about everything all the time. Which, granted, they usually are right when it comes to engineer stuff, but they'll still never back down even if they know they're wrong. So, just don't bother. Let them do their thing, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, at least they commit to the bit, right? At least they commit to it. And, sorry, Matt, I'm moody here on screen. Got me. At least they commit to the bit, right? And it's just like, you know, you the boss. Do what you clearly know what you're talking about, even if they don't know what they're talking about. Just let them be. Love it, honestly. This actually makes me wonder how, because I hear like what 10x servers exist. I wonder how 10x servers. I'm assuming you build like a sentry or a sapper, but the bullets and rockets it fires or the amount that it heals is increased by 10, right? I don't know how they function on 10x.
This guy is a Gmod animator, or at least an SFM animator that does stuff in a Gmod kind of style. See, that might not make very much sense if you're just a TF2 player, but if you've seen, like, any Gmod poster with the Engineer in it ever, then you know exactly who I'm talking about.
I love that. Soda.
So this cosmetic is usually used by the sort of person who...
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, this is usually used by the... this... Right. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just...
Very visceral slurping sound. I love it.
Go ahead and flash it on the screen if you're not going to let me talk about it, you aspartame-addicted piece of shit.
What did that actually say,
on the
though?
screen if you're not going to let me talk about it, you aspartame...
Addicted to diet soda, claims they can quit whenever they want to. He can't. Also, probably turtles in the Intel are 24/7.
Addicted piece of shit.
Oh, it's so good. Tony Roosevelt.
You know, as
I love
cute
that.
and non-threatening as this cosmetic might seem, NGs who use it are some tough motherfuckers. Like, really. The ones that I run into are the kind of guys who would say, you know what? Fuck this stalemate, and go charging into a choke point with nothing but a Widowmaker and a complete disregard for their own life.
Fair.
But seriously, we're talking about the class that was designed to play passively and cause stalemates, but these guys are so crazy aggressive that they might as well be a scout main. Of course, them being aggressive doesn't always mean that they're actually good. Like, a good 75% of the time, they'll just run in and get their ass handed to them. But still, sometimes it's really cool, and that's what matters.
I mean, you got to appreciate the dedication, right? I know for me, I try to play very aggressive when I play Engineer. Like, yeah, I'll have my turtle moments, right? But, like, I have definitely dropped my turret near a point, and that turret has absolutely cleaned up the point for us to push for W, right? Like, it has been such a wild time playing Engineer and trying to learn on the fly effectively, because I haven't reacted to an Uncle Dane video as of yet, right? I'm kind of saving that until I have a little bit more Engineer experience under my belt and we go through the entirety of the older SoundSmith Stereotype series, right? That is something that, yes, people have definitely said, hey, watch Uncle Dan if you want to know how engineers operate. And that is definitely on my list. Don't worry. But I'm kind of like learning by doing, if that makes sense. And a lot of it's starting to pull together. It's been very interesting to play Engineer and to kind of learn the play style. Not only can you play very defensive, but you can also play very offensive. And I feel that Engineer really benefits from good map knowledge. And much like Spy does, this kind of pulls back to Jonto's how to play Spy series, right? Knowing where the front line is, knowing where the back line is, right? Knowing where certain things are, that and being able to play within that, right? Because you can absolutely play Engineer on the front lines, whether you have is it the robot fist or whatever that allows for a tier 1 battle sentry. I honestly don't use it personally. I honestly usually default to what do I run? I run the one that you build buildings faster. but it takes like 4 hits instead of 3 to kill a sapper, right? Something like that. I can't remember offhand. Names are escaping me. But like, it's been very interesting to actually learn it. Very, very interesting playstyle.
This one's pretty straightforward. He's a traitor. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
it
not
makes
really.
sense.
See, this isn't one of those cosmetics that you'll always see with a high tier unusual effect, since you also sometimes see this used by the I play Engie because I think I'm the smartest person in the server types, and they aren't usually traitors. You know, actually, I think that whole kind of archetype isn't necessarily limited to Engie. You usually see them on Engie, Soldier, or Spy. You know, like they're the ones that are trying to control the entire team over voice chat while simultaneously shit-talking whatever community figure happens to play the class that they're playing. Like, yes, we get it, dude. Tell us more about how Uncle Dane isn't even that good. That'll definitely make us think that you're good at the game and not a pretentious bag of dicks.
I never understood that, right? Like, even not necessarily TF2 related, but like even like in 14, how JoeCat has his guide to playing specific jobs, right? Like, I was literally thinking about this again last night because I've had this conversation before where it's like, I feel like some people really get on people's cases like this, like people in Uncle Dane playing engineers, or people like, well, this is, you know, a good enough guide for, you know, if JoeCat does a Monster Hunter video or Final Fantasy 14 video, right? And I get that it's meant to be like, yo, they're not actually that good, but most of their information is from a generalized standpoint, it's good information, right? When we talk about like tanking in Final Fantasy 14, how you want to make sure you're spreading out your mitigations, that way you're not blowing it in one go, right? Sure, the asterisk at the end of it, and I've had to do this during certain polls and dungeons, is yeah, sometimes you're blowing multiple mitigations at once to make sure that, you know, you can survive the poll, right? Sometimes you're having to pop your invuln, right? But it's like, that's never a jab at the creator, if that makes sense, because providing generalized information will always have an asterisk, will always have subtext, right? Like, if I say the goal of Enginner is to support your team using your sentry in a defensive capacity, right? There's already an asterisk to that, right? There's already an asterisk to, well, what happens if you're running Battle Sentry? What happens if you're running XYZ? What happens, you know, if your team is playing fairly aggressive and, you know, leaving you in the back line? Like, let's say you're playing 2 fort, you're in blue, and they're in red the entire game because they're just killing people off spawn, right? Like, there's always asterisk subtext, right? And it doesn't always matter. No, not necessarily. Sometimes it is very much a very unique and minute asterisk, but like it can still exist. So I'm sure, and as I said, I've never watched Uncle Dane. When he says something, I'm sure it's going to be from a very generalized good faith perspective that I'm sure has an asterisk. This is actually how this would work in this situation, or if it's this situation, you want to make sure you're playing in this way, right? Like Jonto, right? Jonto provides good enough. Like, this is good generalized. This is how you play Spy. Let's all culminate into how you can use this to do trick stabs and stuff like that, right? Like, yes, there's going to be asterisks. Yes, there's going to be, you know, certain situations where the logic just doesn't work, right? And if you're playing against an enemy team that doesn't know what they're doing, right, I'm sure you could run around as, you know, a spy disguised as a spy and, you know, chain backstab the entire enemy team, right? Which you wouldn't be able to do against other teams, right? So, moral of the story, I get why people like pick issues with stuff. I get why it really, I feel, comes down to like the whole glasses, push-up glasses actually approach, right? Like, it's generalized information. It's good enough information, right? I can tell you from the JoeCat perspective, I appreciate that he explained how to tank because it made me have a good solid basis to start tanking, which is a role that I main in Final Fantasy 14. I go into new content, I tank, right? For Uncle Dane, I'm sure that going into that, right, and even Jonto, right, you know, watching their videos is going to give me a good baseline knowledge and allow me to make my own educated decisions on how to play the class more effectively, whether that be Engineer or Spy, respectively, right? So, I don't know. That's a personal bit that I have. I feel that people get, like, way too caught up in the minutia and they, like, asterisk in the subtext, right? And then they actually, like, whether it's a vanity thing, whether it's a you know, lack of understanding thing, they do end up not necessarily self-reporting, right? But they very much are like it feels like they're trying to pick fights.
This guy is the kind of Engie who constantly spams the beginning of the Katsatsuki kick. Like, everyone who does it isn't necessarily going to have an El Patron, but if he's wearing an El Patron, then chances are he's going to have the taunt equipped. And once one person starts spamming it, well, it's only a matter of time before the whole server starts doing that stupid dance. No, guys, the other stupid dance. No, the other stupid.
I do like this one. So I actually had some follow-up because I said that this, is it Manaerobics? That, because I've gotten copyright right claim before, and it's so weird because I hear that it's from a collective agency on behalf of Valve, but then I also hear that Valve's not doing it, so I don't actually know where the actual truth lies in that. I do love whatever that eye cosmetic is, center of screen and directly to the right of the soldier with the eagle. I love whatever that is. It's been a very interesting time to see how YouTube and modern copyright work, especially because it's like, last I was under the impression if you submit a fraudulent copyright claim, like you can get in massive trouble, right? Submitting under penalty of perjury and all that, right? I don't know. Like, modern YouTube and copyright is a wild beast to me. So I would definitely reach out feelers, and I would definitely ask for if anyone has clarification in regards to an official Valve statement in regards to the Manaerobic song, because I obviously don't own any sort of authorship or any sort of ownership of the track. It's just I'm a dingus on the internet who sometimes it pops up in the game, sometimes it pops up on video, right? Like, just making sure we're cutting all the BS and making sure we're finding the most correct information. If you have that information, get cite Valve, please and thank you.
Dance.
What is happening here,
guys?
What?
Oh,
I love this.
Look at him. He's so adorable. I just want to.
Okay, I think you bought it. Plushie, you there?
I'm here, boss.
We're ready. You know what to do.
Amazing.
Yes, sir. Turn the switch now.
NG is consistently a class that I have trouble figuring out what I want to put on
Clubsy.
it.
All hail Clubsy. 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 And that's where this all connects back to the globalists. It's a conspiracy. They're adding chemicals to these cute animal pocket cosmetics to control our minds and enforce their ideologies on the hardworking mercenaries of the Badlands.
Wait, do people actually listen to this guy? I'm pretty sure he's just messing with us, right?
Nah. He actually thinks all these crazy things he says is true.
What is that? What is that Ma unusual on top of the heavy? What is that?
He's just insane.
But haven't you seen his other videos? He doesn't act like that in them. If he really was crazy, he'd be acting like this all the time, right?
It doesn't matter, dude. People listen to him anyway, so it's his fault regardless.
Really? He just went on a huge rant about how everyone who wears Clubsy the Seal is part of a globalist mind control conspiracy. If people actually believe that and start accusing players of that, I'll eat my hat. Bonzo effect and all.
Bang! No, back off, you freaking seal! I've got a right to bear shovels. I'll fuck you.
Wait a minute. Phrasing.
Look, man. I actually have no idea where this skit was going. It's a cute animal cosmetic. What else do you really want me to say about it?
Well, now I have to go buy Clubsy the Seal. All you had to say it was a cult. See, if you, at least you have to be open about it. At least if you're open about it, cool. I'm down. All hail Clubsy the Seal.
This is the kind of player who will overthink everything. He'll try and logic his way through shit for the sake of being optimal all the time, but by the time they're done thinking about something and determining what the optimal thing to do is, they're already dead. Some crazy pirate guy just came in with a giant claymore sword, shield, and peg leg and just, ran him over.
This is 100% be a miscellanea for me.
He's using those in place of his high-damage explosive ordnance. Yeah, and he just killed the guy trying to be smart about shit. I don't know. My point is, these guys sometimes fail to realize that at its core, this game is pretty stupid, and sometimes it just pays off to be an idiot.
Does his reticle compensate for bloom? I noticed there a little bit of blue when after he shot and then it went down. Does that actually compensate for bloom? What setting is that in game? Or is that a
This one is usually
mod?
used as a part of a hillbilly loadout, in which case they will absolutely 100% be using the banjo taunt. If they're not doing that, then it's being used ironically in a neckbeard loadout of some kind. And if that's the case, then they probably have a bunch of chat mines that they pulled directly from r/Encel, and they'll probably be mic spamming some kind of anime song. As far as using it as an actual beard cosmetic, you really don't see this one used too much, and that's just because there are some way better options out there if you want to do that.
I love it though.
Okay, so I cut directly from the title card to a black screen and I cut the music. That means that this is going to be an ear rape joke, right? Okay, yeah, that's kind of obvious. Okay, well, let's make this interesting. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to figure out what the ear rape joke is going to be. It's a gnome
Cotton Eye Joe?
beard, so yeah, go.
I'm going with Cotton Eye Joe.
Bet you thought it was going to be Uncle Dane singing Hey Now You're a Keemstar, right?
What?
Yeah? Well, nope, it's Nomeo and Juliet, asshole. Deal with it.
If you believe in destiny, then get into a 3D theater. Let's split up.
I forgot that movie even existed.
This one has a pretty similar stereotype to the Builder's Blueprints, because, well, it's just more blueprints. So, yeah. But I wanted to separate them because they take up different equip regions, which actually makes a bigger difference than you'd think. And you've got a lot of cool pocket cosmetics, and if you use the Builder's Blueprints instead of this, then that means you wouldn't get to use awesome cosmetics like Clubsy the Seal over here.
I mean, to be fair, I hardcore camp the Pip-Boy. I actually really like the green and how it contrasts with the game. Which I don't know. I think maybe mods and UI adjustments make it a, what do you call it? I'm trying to find the word. Make it redundant, right? I'm sure you could change the color of NG's things anyways outside of the Pip-Boy, but I hard camp that. It makes it so hard because I think I have like Pip-Boy. No, what do I have right now? Whatever his pet cosmetic is, I think I have that on. And the Pip-Boy and Sir builds a lot on my main set right now. Like, I run into conflicts a lot with trying to build engineer sets.
This guy is absolutely 100% a short circuit Engie. He'll do everything he can to put himself in a situation where he can justify pulling it out, and now that it's been reworked so that it's alt fire as a Dragon Ball Z attack, those situations come up way more often than you might think. And if there's more than one of them in the same server, well, God help you. Oh my god, this game is actually an anime. Holy shit.
Yes, I want to be part of that game.
All right, so I talked a little in Hat Stereotypes about how Barnstormer Engies are pretty typical, normal team player types, but there's a very specific exception to this rule. If they're wearing it with a dogfighter, then they're going to be hyper-aggressive and do really, really dumb shit.
That makes sense, though.
Let's do this Texas style.
What? Oh, that's perfect. That poor scout. Good stuff, my guy.
Need some help here? Yeah.
That's one of those moments where you kind of just sit there and go, what just happened? What even happened here? Amazing.
This is the I Hate Spies with a Burning Passion cosmetic.
Yeah.
Whenever you see an engineer with this equipped, it's basically him giving a subtle hint that he wants someone to go Pybro and help him out. Of course, if you wanted that, you could always just ask, but that's just way too straightforward. You got
100%. You can't just ask. Come on now. What is this? A video game? Come on now. Talking to people is a real life thing. That's cringe.
to be ambiguous and passive aggressive about everything, right, guys? Right? Right. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
This one is usually worn with the partner's pompadour and carries the exact same stereotype as what I talked about in Hat Stereotypes. A gunslinger NG who gives himself just a little bit too much credit. Yeah, I know, that was a pretty simple one. Let's move on.
I can see that. Which is fine. Yeah, this one! Yeah! Obvious joke, something actually really funny. Dude, this has so much depth to it. This is great. This is amazing. It's really funny because I'm more of an Elder Scrolls person than a Fallout person. I still have yet to finish Fallout New Vegas over on the gaming channel. Yeah, exactly. Yep. The indecision. Obvious joke. Yep.
This one is a pretty generic shirt cosmetic, so there's nothing too special about it. As far as I know, you can't even paint it, so the only reason why people really use this is because it looks decent enough and it's easy to get as a strange.
I could see that.
Yeah. I guess you don't see too many of these guys being all that aggressive. Like, I've never seen an Antarctic researcher engineer go and charge an entire team with a Widowmaker or anything like that. They're just kind of boring. I don't know.
I can see it.
This
being
guy is
fairly
undoubtedly
safe.
wearing a cowboy loadout, complete with the Frontier Justice, Gunslinger, and the Texas 10-gallon, or some variant of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Oh, what's that? You wanted to have fun this match?
Never.
That's cute. Have fun
Wrong game.
getting constantly peppered by this stupid thing at all times and getting punished for destroying it. Get fucked.
What was that?
At all times and getting punished for destroying it. Get fucked.
It's a single frame. Note, I'm well aware that there's plenty of effective counterplay to deal with minis. I actually don't have a problem with them personally. But hey, it's a stereotype. So it's going to be stupid, inaccurate, and exaggerated by default. Plus, at this point, I'm just trying to push the envelope and see how much stuff I can get away with. So I'm just going to leave this section as is. Absolutely based.
Festive everything. This guy is actually completely obsessed with those stupid little Christmas lights. Like,
Dude is actually having, like, Mariah Carey on in the middle of July. Like, actually watching, like, Hallmark Channel, like, Christmas in July status.
everything he uses is festive. Everything. It's actually kind of scary if I'm being honest. This guy's probably using the Thompson so he can just snap people out of existence.
Thompson's, it's
heavy
so
does
weird.
not feel right.
Now, I ain't saying he's a Dane faker, but you know what? Actually, I stand by that statement. He ain't a Dane impersonator just because he's wearing an extremely common, versatile cosmetic that's arguably one of the best miscs in Engie's entire beard slot. Seriously.
But that's a reasonable take. We can't have those on the internet. That's not how the internet works.
Stop giving people shit just for wearing cosmetics that community figures wear. It's stupid and only discourages people from wearing cosmetics that they think are cool or good looking. This is the cosmetic that screams, I want a good looking beard but can't wear the gold digger because...
reasons.
Holy fucking shit, is that Uncle Dave?
Yeah. Other than that, this one is so common that you rarely see anyone assume something about a Scotch Saver engineer based off the beard alone. So, I don't know, go generalize them based off something else, dude. Oh, hey, here's another one of those generic shirt cosmetics that'll basically fit in any loadout, except this time it's actually paintable. So, yeah.
At least that's good.
Cool, right? Anyway, this is basically used by anyone doing a double cosmetic combo, usually a hat and a beard of some kind. It just needs to fill out that third slot. Yeah, it's just really boring. Let's do more dumb sketches.
Lazy Engie's.
Hey, man, we're kind of getting rolled here. Would you mind helping us out a little? Like, I don't know, set up a
I do think that this is honestly a really good taunt, though. I love it.
tree or a dispenser or something?
Nope, not getting out of me chair.
Hey, look, man, the whole lazy Engie thing isn't nearly as funny as it was 2 years ago. It's been done to death.
You mean like stereotypes? Come on. The only reason you're doing it at this point is for the money and to avoid the backlash you'd get for quitting mid-season. You pretty obviously hate making these.
But he speaks the truth.
Okay, that's fair. But we're still getting rolled here. Can you please just help us?
Nah, he doesn't feel like it.
This guy is absolutely using the El Blanco skin and teleporting into really stupid places. But hey, every once in a while he'll get a Death Blossom that waits.
He's just playing a Reaper.
Oh hey, here's another generic shirt cosmetic, but it's okay, because this one's off limits. A well-known community figure wears this one, man. That means you're not allowed to wear it, even if you're just doing it because you think it looks cool. If you do...
Look, them's the rules, okay? I don't make the rules. This just makes sense. That's how that works.
Then that means you're just a wannabe. Tough shit. Another shirt cosmetic. Huh. Yeah, Angie's got a lot of these. Okay, well, the only place I really see this used is on some police sets, like Law, Macho Man. So, yeah, let's just move on.
Makes sense.
Okay, really? Another shirt cosmetic? All right, this is getting out of hand. Let me just switch to the next slide real quick. What, seriously? Another one? Sombreros, I guess?
Another one.
I actually thought Iron Lung looked pretty cool. I almost went for it.
Oh, come on, man. All right, I actually know this one. It's an alternate to the Eggheads overalls if you're doing the lazy Engie joke for the 246,000th time. Seriously, man. Engie has so many shirt cosmetics. All right, well, there's still a little bit of good news. The timeline looks like there's room for one more stereotype, and that's always a unique sketch of some kind. So there's no way it'd be another shirt cosmetic. Okay. All right, here we go.
But little did SoundSmith know, he was in the final sketch the entire time.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh,
Yep.
he just got up and left?
He's just gone.
All
Just
right,
rage quit. Alt F4.
And he's not coming back? Okay, so...
Hard DC'd.
Medic's next, and just comment about that. Leave a comment down below. Whatever he usually has you guys do. Yeah, alright, well, I'm gonna go back to my channel, where the content's actually good.
Got him. What a banger video. I honestly love this. We had to cover a couple things, such as people who are critical of, content creators and stuff. But I thought this was honestly a really good reaction. I thought this was honestly pretty good. It's been very interesting to see Engineer. He does have a lot of, I did notice he has a lot of shirt slots. He doesn't really have a lot of miscellanea in other places. Maybe they changed that since then. I'm not entirely sure. But this was honestly a lot of fun. Thank you everyone for watching. I definitely do appreciate it. Definitely go check out SoundSmith's original video on the source material if that interests you, because I honestly had a lot of fun with this. Especially if you haven't seen it, you could, enlighten your feed, enlighten your timeline, recommendations list even with the original videos. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one.